All right, before there will be a time here in the show where Masse's going to start talking about how Peyton Manning sucks, and we're not going to be able to pull him away from the microphone.
Overrated.
So,
best regular season quarterback ever. When the lights go on, that's the last guy you want.
That's the last guy. Oh dear God!
He's the Bobby Valentine of. I'm getting you back on baseball. The Bobby Valentine of quarterbacks, right?
Well, anyway, I do want to start with baseball because it is the World Series, and we'll kind of break it down. I heard O'Malley picked. You said O'Malley picked the Red Sox
yesterday.
God, I can't believe Tommy was.
Show.
I can't believe he was that wrong. I don't see it.
See?
I don't see. I'm wondering if it starts in Boston. Mm-hmm. They play 2, then they play 3 in St. Louis. I'm wondering if it goes back to Boston. I think it's a bad matchup. But before we get to that, let's talk about the Yankees a little bit. Matt, did you see this thing about the book coming out about A-Rod?
I didn't know there was a book coming out.
Did you guys didn't see this? All right, I'll just read you the headline, and then we don't really need to go much further. According to this, well, I should find there's a name of a book somewhere. Not that I care. He lives at 15 Central Park West. Apparently, it's this big high-rise where rich people live. And the title of the book is House of Outrageous Fortune, 15 Central Park West, the World's Most Powerful Address. It's also the world's longest book title because that's like 15 words long. But the headline of this article says, A-Rod brought prostitutes 2 at a time, twice a week, to a Central Park apartment. I mean, has this guy not been beaten down? Wow. Can't we just step back? I mean, why am I in the middle of October? He's in court fighting for his baseball career. The Yankees have been eliminated for a month and a half, and we're getting A-Rod stories about prostitutes 2 at a time.
Nobody likes him.
Can't at some point? I think he's going to be beaten far enough down that at some point he's going to become the sympathetic figure, and people are going to root for him again. He's going to be Mike Tyson in The Hangover Part 8, except he's not going to be broke. Am I wrong with this?
No.
He's got to do something to redeem himself, though. I mean, Tyson at least came out and started being colorful and went into wrestling.
And get a tattoo all over the side of his skull.
He did WrestleMania, and he was in The Hangover. He's got to do something to... He's got to make some cameo in a movie or something to get his popularity back up.
It might be a ploy from his PR guy that he hired. Look, this is what you do. We'll get you down to this low level so you then become sympathetic.
You're already beaten down, so we'll beat you down a little more.
That could be right from his PR guy.
And Masse, you're a media guy, and this is one of the things I love about where they go for the shock value. And not only did he buy prostitutes, but he bought them 2 at a time. And we're supposed to be just bowled over by this. And the first thing when I read this, I'm thinking... And believe me, I'm not pretending to be the chief of the morality police. But for those of us, I guess I can say I've been fortunate enough in my life that I've never had to have a direct cash transaction, that way. With dinner or whatever, or a couple of drinks. But it's never been a straight swipe my Visa card and let's, what's my time limit here? But if you've crossed over the line into that netherworld and money was not an issue, why wouldn't you get 2 at a time?
Sure.
I mean, they're saying this like this is... Of course he would. I mean, what is he afraid that his mother's going to yell at him like there's a line? Alex, I told you 1 hooker at a time. Like, what? Of course he got 2. And then I guess if he's watching TV and things are boring and he could tell him, hey, listen, I want to see the end of this movie. You two go entertain yourself. Or clean my bathroom. You go make me a sandwich. I want to see how the game ends.
It's only in New York.
He's a professional athlete. I mean, if they're going for shock value, it's like he's the first athlete that's done something like this. Come on.
But here's the thing, I think. Like Charlie Sheen, you could have crossed this out. Instead of A-Rod, you could have put Charlie Sheen brought prostitutes. And Charlie Sheen is so lovable. And I think A-Rod's problem... Because Charlie's embraced it. Like, he's a degenerate, and this is what I am. And I think if A-Rod's problem is, image-wise, he tried to be too Cal Ripken-ish, because that was his idol. If he would have just got tattoos and rode in on Harleys with a big thing on his neck and said, I forget you, he could have been Charlie Sheen lovable.
Yeah, you're right. That's one thing people hate is a phony. And I think he's always been perceived as a phony.
I think so.
And he's showing you why right
And
now.
he really, really wants the haul, obviously,
Yeah.
because otherwise he'd just say, I'll take the 5-8 game suspension, whatever that is, and be on my way.